Antioxidants. Just the name already sounds cool. People often think they are some kind of anti-aging miracle drug that will keep you young forever if you take them. But reality is not that simple. So, do antioxidants actually slow down aging? Why do some studies show the opposite effect? And most importantly, are you wasting money on useless pills? In short, today is about the truth behind antioxidants. From how they work to why this multi-billion-dollar industry might be selling you a beautiful story with very little solid evidence. This video is based on multiple scientific studies and clinical medical experience. If you have questions or corrections, leave a comment below so everyone can discuss together. And welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Dr. Saul Whitman, Chief Medical Officer at the Northern Institute for Society Wellness. For more than 35 years, I have treated thousands of patients with cardiovascular disease, atherosclerosis, stroke, and hypertension. On this channel, you will find free medical knowledge and practical tips that can save you a lot of money on disease prevention and help you live fully and confidently as you age. Now let's dive into the video. In 1994, a large study in Finland shocked the entire medical community. They followed 29,000 male smokers and gave half of them beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant. The hope? Lower lung cancer risk. Sounds reasonable, right? What happened? The beta-carotene group had an 18% higher rate of lung cancer, and overall deaths went up by 8%. 4 decades after that study, people still buy antioxidants like candy. The global dietary supplement market was worth about $151 billion in 2021, and antioxidants make up a big chunk of that. So the real question is not whether antioxidants are good or bad, but whether we have completely misunderstood how they work. And the price of that misunderstanding is not just money. So, oxidation, enemy, or ally? First, let's talk about free radicals. Sounds like the name of a rock band, doesn't it? Imagine you are grilling meat outdoors. Smoke rises, fat drips on the coals, flames flare up. That is oxidation in action, powerful and hard to control. Inside your body, free radicals are created every second. Every time you breathe, eat, or move, they are generated as natural byproducts of metabolism. An average cell faces roughly 10,000 to 100,000 free radical attacks per day. That number is wild. But here is the key point most people miss. Free radicals are not purely villains. They are also essential tools of the immune system. When bacteria invade, white blood cells use free radicals to kill them. A 2007 study in the journal Nature showed that when scientists completely removed the ability to make certain free radicals in mice, those mice became about 3 times more vulnerable to infections. So, the problem is not getting rid of free radicals altogether. It is balance. Too many cause cell damage, too few, and your immune system weakens. It is natural defense system. The story gets more complex because your body already has an incredibly sophisticated defense network. Humans have evolved over millions of years. Do you really think our survival depended on a multivitamin invented in the 20th century? You have 3 natural lines of defense. First are enzymes like superoxide dismutase, catalase, and glutathione peroxidase. Your own cells make these fancy-sounding molecules. They work around the clock and neutralize free radicals far faster than any pill you swallow. Compared with them, your morning vitamin C tablet is like using a sledgehammer to fix a Swiss watch. 1 molecule of superoxide dismutase can neutralize roughly 1 million free radicals every second. Every single second. Second are DNA repair proteins. Whenever free radicals damage DNA, these proteins act like repair technicians, patrolling and patching the damage. Third, only third, are antioxidants from food. Vitamin C, vitamin E, carotenoids. They are the backup layer, not the main shield. This is the part supplement companies would rather you ignore. Your inbuilt system is orders of magnitude more powerful than any pill. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming more is better. With antioxidants, that is flat out wrong. It is a marketing trick to get you to take more and buy more. So what happens when you flood your body with antioxidants? You shut down your natural defense system. A 2014 study in the journal Cell Metabolism found that when mice were given high doses of vitamin E and N-acetylcysteine, their own glutathione production dropped significantly. The body seems to think there is already plenty of antioxidant around, so it does not need to make its own. It gets lazy, like switching to a washing machine and never wanting to hand wash again. The problem is that pill-based antioxidants only stay in the blood for a few hours. Your natural systems work 24/7. When you turn off a system that runs all day for something that only works a short while, you weaken yourself. And it can get worse. At high doses, some antioxidants can flip and act as pro-oxidants, creating the very free radicals they are supposed to destroy. For example, vitamin C above about 1,000 milligrams per day can interact with iron and generate hydroxyl radicals, which are among the most damaging free radicals known. That is one reason some studies show that people taking high-dose vitamin E have about a 22% higher risk of hemorrhagic stroke. It sounds crazy, but that is how the biology works. Too much of a good thing stops being good. Why food antioxidants are different. So why do studies consistently show that people who eat lots of fruits and vegetables have lower disease risk, while people who swallow antioxidant pills do not? This is all about context and timing. When you eat an orange, you are not just getting vitamin C. You are getting fiber, flavonoids, carotenoids, polyphenols, and hundreds of other compounds science has barely named. They work together like an orchestra. Fiber slows absorption, so vitamin C is released gradually over hours instead of spiking in 30 minutes. Vitamin C from food tends to be absorbed and retained in cells roughly 35% better than synthetic vitamin C at the same dose. One reason is that flavonoids in citrus protect vitamin C from breaking down too quickly, acting like bodyguards. On top of that, many polyphenols in whole foods do not act as direct antioxidants in the way people imagine. They behave more like signaling molecules that tell your genes to ramp up the production of protective enzymes. Resveratrol from red grapes, for example, does not mainly soak up free radicals itself. Instead, it activates a protein called NRF2, which then switches on hundreds of antioxidant defense genes. That is the real magic. Instead of handing you a borrowed suit of armor, it trains your body to forge its own. Pills are borrowed armor. Real food is the coach. Here is a framework from Dr. Bruce Ames, a leading biochemist in aging and antioxidants, to help you think more clearly about any antioxidant source. He focuses on three things. First, bioavailability. It does not matter how much you take if your body cannot absorb it. Curcumin from turmeric, for example, has extremely low bioavailability, around 1 to 2%, which is why traditional Indian cooking combines it with black pepper and fat, boosting absorption dramatically. Second, dose response. Is there an optimal range, and does going above it cause harm? Vitamin E appears safe up to around 400 international units per day, but problems show up above 800. Beta-carotene from food is safe, but in supplement form above about 20 milligrams per day, it increases risk for smokers. Third, synergy. Do antioxidants work better together, or do they interfere? Vitamin C and vitamin E can support each other. Vitamin C helps regenerate vitamin E after it neutralizes free radicals. On the other hand, too much zinc can block copper absorption. A colorful salad passes all three tests: good absorption, natural dosing, and strong synergy. And it tastes better than 10 pills. When supplements actually make sense. Case 1, severe nutritional deficiency. If your diet is terrible, mostly processed food, almost no plants, plus smoking and heavy drinking, then yes, a supplement can help a bit. But only a bit. For example, in people with poor diets, a daily multivitamin may cut heart disease risk by around 8%. 8, not 80. Even then, fixing the diet is roughly an order of magnitude more effective than taking pills. But changing how you eat is hard, while swallowing a capsule is easy. Case 2, specific medical conditions. Certain situations genuinely require targeted supplementation. People with age-related macular degeneration benefit from the AREDs, 2 formula with vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, and lutein. Patients after bariatric surgery, People with malabsorption and older adults with very restricted diets often need properly prescribed supplements. That is medical treatment, not a wellness fad. Case 3. You already eat well. If you eat a varied, plant-rich diet, colorful vegetables, fruits, nuts, whole grains, fish, extra antioxidant supplements are unlikely to help and may even be harmful. A major Cochrane review in 2012 analyzed 78 trials with nearly 300,000 participants. The conclusion: antioxidant supplements did not reduce overall mortality, and some, like beta-carotene and vitamin E, actually increased it. So, aging is bigger than antioxidants. There is a deeper issue. The whole framing is wrong. Aging is not a single process you can pause with a pill. It is driven by many interacting factors: chronic inflammation, DNA damage, telomere shortening, mitochondrial dysfunction, and cellular senescence, among others. Antioxidants only touch one corner of that complex picture. It is like trying to save a collapsing house by repainting just the front door. Research on so-called blue zones, places where people often live past 90, like Okinawa, Sardinia, and Ikaria, shows that they do not rely on supplements. They eat whole foods, move daily, stay socially connected, sleep well, and keep stress low. That is the real formula. Not flashy, not fast, but it works. So, are antioxidants a scam? Not exactly. The molecules themselves are not scams. Our expectations are. Antioxidants are not magic pills. They cannot reverse aging. They cannot compensate for a chronically unhealthy lifestyle. But when they come from real food, inside a balanced diet, alongside movement, sleep, and stress management, they become one useful piece of a much larger puzzle. The biggest lesson: your body is smarter than any supplement. It has spent millions of years evolving powerful self-protection systems. Your job is not to override them, but to support them. Feed it well, let it rest, move it regularly, then step aside and let it do what it is built to do. That is how to live longer and better, not with an orange pill in a plastic bottle. So what do you think? Are you taking antioxidant supplements, and have you noticed any real difference? Share your experience in the comments. This is Dr. Saul Whitman. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss future videos. And remember, your health is the best investment you will ever make.